So, guys, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse as the base card here. So there's something about being content that wants to come through. Maybe you're feeling some new satisfaction with yourself. Something has come in that you're really pleased with. Or maybe this is spirit, giving you a little nudge, like for you to sit back for a moment and reflect on what have you manifested? What have you created for yourself that you created for yourself? You manifested it. Sometimes things come into fruition and we don't take a moment to step back and have gratitude or express our contentment to the universe. And I always tell you guys, whenever you have gratitude, it helps build momentum. So there's even more things that you can have gratitude for. So be sure to do that. I think the reason this is in reverse is because maybe you're getting a taste of what you want it to manifest. Maybe some of it is showing up, or maybe small parts of it are showing up, which, guys, that's how it goes. I mean, a miracle is a miracle is a miracle. There's no such thing as a big manifestation or a small manifestation. When you manifest something, it is a miracle. So please take note and take heed to the work that you've done and the small manifestations that are coming in. I do feel like there's an outer feminine energy that is coming in with new truth that is going to usher in the rest of this. This doesn't mean that you're going to be reliant on this feminine energy, okay? You're going to keep doing what you do. You're going to keep doing your own inner work. But this really does feel external. So if there's a feminine energy that is around you, that is helping you with your manifestations, or maybe is part of what you're manifesting, just, know that energy is supporting your contentment and your satisfaction at this time. There's still something you guys need to release, though. There's still something you need to release. What can I tell you guys? I don't know. Like, you have swords of truth with you. You have swords of truth with you, but there's still some that are falling away. Will you please let that fall? Skedaddle with that, please. Because in your recent past energy, it may have felt difficult, guys. And I really feel like, again, whoever these components are that need to keep falling away, okay, whether they're friends or whether they're routines or just beliefs of yours, that is what has been holding you back the whole time. It's been preventing your true following from coming in because this card is in reverse. So in other words, you have like the real ones, like the true group of friends or the true group of homies, soldiers, or even if this again has to do, it doesn't have to be actual people, guys. It could be just like your beliefs and your way of doing things. The true way wants to come through and it's ready for you. It's online. And look, in your upcoming future, this new beginning is here for you. So it just shows me that there's more that needs to be released. Don't feel bad. Let them suckers walk off. Let them walk off. It's never personal. Everyone in our family, our friend circle, our co-workers, the people that we engage with, they're playing characters. You understand that, right? Their souls came in as like you're playing a character. And the whole point of this is when we interact with these characters to trigger the soul memories or the part of our soul path that wants to be activated. Now, it's always up to you to find your path. And I think it's been really unclear because basically Spirit's saying like, you can't bring these suckers along, and I'm calling them suckers, no disrespect. But like, they're suckers at this point because they're actually probably sucking you in. They're making you feel guilty, like, or you're just so attached to it, guys. You're just such in the habit of operating in this way. And now it's time for you to just leave them alone. They're holding your ass up anyway. Find your path. It is here. It has been carved. This new, group of people or this new belief system that is online for you, it wants to come through. But again, it's in reverse in your present energy because you really just have to drop those few things. Find this beautiful path that has been carved for you, okay? And that is going to create so much more balance within you. That's the only way. Do you guys understand? Like, we're not playing that old, like, nicey nice game in New Earth. Like, it's not like, oh, you kind of did it, so you can come along. Go ahead and pick up your little sword and come. No, it's like, you either did it or you didn't. You did the inner work or you didn't. You raised your energy or you didn't. You've come to these self-realization points or you haven't. And it's not to be like, I'm not trying to sound like a biatch over here. I'm just saying we are not accepting any tar. We are not accepting any like half-assedness. It needs to be whole. It needs to be full. And that's what this card is representing for you right now. Now, other people might feel like you're taking some time with this. Like, it might be some time, but guess what? This is a big cycle you're closing. This is a big cycle because this is going to have to do more with the ego death as well. You're leaving behind all of the corroded experiences, all of the experiences that aren't serving, to enter your own personal golden age. Remember, while many of us anticipate and expect and are excited for a collective rising of new earth, a collective rising of 5D energy, a collective rising of 5D consciousness, none of us are sitting around waiting for this collective moment. You must do it for yourself first. You must do it for yourself first, and then whatever happens out there, perhaps you're the pioneer of it. Perhaps you're a great leader of it. Perhaps you are just ready for it because you've already been living that way. So many of us have had a very big ego death already, but that's not to say there's not small examples or small experiences, I should say, of an ego death that will come about again throughout our journey. And I know that you're going to do just fine with this because the world is the outcome card. The world. The world is all about coming full circle. The world is about, yes, being supported by all ends of the earth, perhaps. And it does have to do with maybe you supporting all ends of the earth. So don't ever underestimate the power of your healing, because when you heal yourself, you in turn help to heal the world, because you're not walking around with all this tar-ass energy that these bums are down here. You've cleared all that stuff. You've done, and it's not easy to release these people and these things. Okay? Am I saying that you never have to talk to people again? Yeah, sometimes I am. Sometimes it just means distance. Sometimes it's family and you just have to set certain boundaries with them. Because we don't want to cut off our family unless we absolutely have to. And guess what? Sometimes we do absolutely have to. Sometimes it's a temporary thing. For some people, it does have to be permanent and they just forgive from afar. Use your discretion in your life with your relationships and your situations, guys. But don't be dragging around tar in your everyday essence. That's not acceptable. That's not New Earth. That's not 5D. That is you giving into guilt, which is a lower vibration, or fear, which is a lower vibration, or attachment and addiction, which are lower vibrations. If you are not sure what to do, always just ask yourself, is the emotion that is attached to this situation, is it low vibe or is it high frequency? Remember, every time you get to courage, that's when you start hitting high vibe. Courage, love, truth, okay? Consciousness, ecstasy. All of these things are high vibe. So if you're in a high vibe, you know, if your aura is high vibe, if you're doing high vibe experiences or creating high vibe experiences for yourself, you're good. But if you have these little, you know, people dragging you out of it, that's a shame. Okay. What is this card? Okay, so I don't know that this is a newer deck. I've never seen this card. It's called the Artist. So nice, guys. You get to create the own canvas of your dreams. What are you creating? If it was the first day of your life and someone gave you a blank canvas, how would you design your life? Do you even know? Because some people are still out here living by default and expect the miracles to show up, and then we wonder why. So what are you creating as the artist? That's a cool card. That's a cool card. So see how he's down here and he's naked too. Anytime we have a figure in tarot or really any oracle that is naked, it's showing a sign of vulnerability. We must become vulnerable. We must get really real with ourselves, really raw with ourselves. And that can be scary for people. Hence why they keep tagging around with little fuckboys. So what canvas, what are you going to draw on your canvas, guys? And I encourage you to create something, and maybe this is something you want to do today. Maybe some of you are going to take out a little sketch pad and you're going to, you know, actually design something, actually make, sometimes we don't always have to use words, guys. Sometimes you don't always have to use affirmations. You can get creative and you don't have to be the best drawer in the world, by the way. Like, stop judging yourself like that. When you sketch, it's an expression of yourself. It's an extension of yourself when you're drawing, when you're painting, when you're creating anything. So I really encourage you. You know, I think I'm even going to do that myself because I feel really called. Like I'm just going to, and I do that from time to time, guys. Like I'm not much of a journaler, but I do like to sketch things out sometimes. So maybe I'll join you in that effort. Let's co-create our new dreams for ourselves. Again, you have another ace. So earlier we had the Ace of Pentacles that you're carving this path out. But look, this new beginning is coming forward too because it's aligned with your truth. That's more confirmation that it's aligned with your truth. Whatever you've been creating in this cycle, guys, I'm not saying this is for every part of everything you're doing, okay? So don't get all bent out of shape. But whatever this contentment is, whatever this feminine, this external feminine energy that is bringing you to this new truth is allowing you to see, you know, what needs to still be released. I think that some of you actually don't even realize up until this point of this reading that you have someone that's dragging you down, or a habit or a belief or something that's dragging you down. I actually think you didn't realize it until this activation of this reading. But I'm telling you, the true followers, the real ones want to come through for you. They just can't. They just can't until you clear this external crap. I can't keep stressing on this. These bums in this card, get rid of them. Or just create healthy boundaries, guys. Like, it doesn't have to be, like the way I'm speaking to you now, very frank, very candid, you can do it in a way that is still out of love. You don't have to call them up and like give them a hard time. You could just distance yourself. You can just stop answering those calls. You can explain yourself to them. You can write a letter to them. You can do whatever makes sense to you, but please protect your energy. Because this new beginning really does want to come out. It does want to be balanced. It may feel like it's taken some time to others, but just let them mind their own business. Your ego death at this point in your journey is really sacred because it's bringing forth this new way of being, this full circle. Okay? This way that's going to help you not only serve yourself, but serve the world. And you are the artist. You get to create it yourself. Really, really, really visualize a blank canvas and think of the things or write down the things or draw the things that you want to create. Ace of Swords signals, again, a new beginning that is of truth. Let's do some Mermaid and Dolphin Oracle. How are you guys? What if she lives with me? Well, I've been there, done that. Penny K, that's a really good question. Girl, you got to get out of there. Or you got to have like a different work schedule. Like if that person works during the day, you need to work at night. If you can, I would plan on moving out at some point soon. I know that's not easy. Do you know how many starseeds live in situations they should not be living in? I mean, with narcissists, in relationships that are toxic, with friends that are toxic, in actually dangerous situations. So I don't take what you're saying lightly, Penny, at all. And I don't know your situation. It might just be something that you're just coming to find out, like, I just don't vibe with this person anymore that I live with. Whatever the level of the severity may be, it doesn't matter. I'm here to tell you, this is why I want to open my Starseed hostel. Because there's so many of us that would love to have a safe place with space. You know what I mean? like, no one's trying to be on top of each other around here because we all know how energy works and we all want our our space to ourselves. But then when we do come out, we want people that are healed and healing. You got to do whatever you can to get out of there. Even if you move into a temporary situation, I don't know. It depends. I don't want to speak too generally to a specific situation, but I will say this. If there are any investors out there, your girl knows how to run Airbnbs and wants to create a Starseed hostel out here. A refugee camp for my starseeds. I mean that very seriously. Okay. Protection is here, guys. It says, you, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. So yes, this is a great reminder. Because some of you guys do have fear coming into this. And it's time for you. This is mostly you that are still not acknowledging your sacred power. You're still giving your power away somehow. It's all right. It happens. Or maybe you're just at an early stage in your awakening and you're still learning so much. So yeah, of course you're going to be giving your power away because you haven't completed your inner work to a level that you feel so confident maybe. But I do want to let you know that you are heavily protected and that you can feel safe in whatever you're doing. Even if you are in a toxic environment, for example, you can keep affirming, I am heavily protected. Say that shit every day. I am heavily protected. Oh, look. Blessed change. A major life change brings you blessings. Penny K, this is for you, girl. You have to believe that a change is possible, though. If you keep saying that this is how it is and this is why, and you come up with every logical explanation in the book, you're going to keep yourself stuck. You must open yourself to miracles. You must open yourself to change. You must open yourself to the universe has this figured out better than I do, and there's a reason for this that even I don't know, and I don't care about that. I'm just going to do my best to stay in the moment and stay on my sacred path. And I'm just going to think of my outcome. Going back to this artist card, your outcome. We don't care about the steps that get us to our manifestation. We just care about our manifestation. We just care about our outcome. So if we can keep fostering that mentality of, it doesn't matter how I get there, I'm not going to micromanage that is what I mean by that, guys. I'm not going to micromanage the steps in which I get to something. Because if you're micromanaging, number one, there's toxic masculine energy in that. And number two, you're not trusting the universe. You're not surrendering to the universe. So if you want the universe to hook you up, how the heck do you think they're going to hook you up if you haven't even shown the universe that you trust in the steps, the ways? And if you keep the mentality that everything is temporary, and that change is on the way, and that protection is always here, and that sometimes the most undesirable experiences that we have, it is because, guys, we are here in Earth School. We are here to heal stuff. We are here to balance karma. Some of it isn't even ours. It is our ancestors, our lineage. They literally left their physical bodies. They transitioned. They passed away, whatever you want to call it. And they didn't heal their shit. So guess who they passed it down to? Me and you. And now we are advanced souls that are here that have the ability and the willingness and the with-itness and the awareness and are dedicated to our sacred path that we can heal it. We can balance it. We are here to do it. They didn't pick the weakest link in the lineage, in the ancestral line, okay, to come here. They picked the heavy hitters, the strongest, to heal this. So believe in yourself and know you are worthy, and know that if you are in something that is undesirable right now, it is temporary. But it is up to you to manifest your dreams, to manifest change. We must take responsibility for our own life. And all you have to do that is dream the dream. Get clear on the vision. Get clear on what it is you want. Until you get clear on what it is you want, you're going to be living by default. Let's do one more oracle deck. Let's do, I hope that's helpful, Penny, and anyone else that resonates with, because I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Let's do Keepers of Light. Penny, good. I'm happy that helped. You can DM me separately too, girl. I don't want to leave you hanging. All right. Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. It says, share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Guys, this is more confirmation. All right, so I know that some of you guys on this reading right now that are hearing this, I don't want to say you're newly awakened. I just feel like you're not confident in the inner work that you've done, or maybe a combination of both, and that's okay, because there's nothing that I dislike more than people out here playing games when they haven't done inner work, right? So stay on the path, stay true to yourself. Know that there are going to be obstacles. Without obstacles, there's nothing to heal. If it was all smooth sailing, well, now you're one of these smooth sailing, entitled, not starseed people. Like this reading wouldn't even be for you. So the people that I'm talking to now, please know that you can express your gifts, even in toxic, difficult times, with grace. And as a matter of fact, by doing that, you're modeling to the narcissist. You're modeling to the person that needs to go. You're modeling, as long as you got to keep this little, where's he at? This dude around, dragging you up while you're doing the work to get out of there. you're actually teaching them by not explicitly teaching them at all, because you're just staying in this graceful state. Okay? You're just staying in this graceful state. Wow, you also have faith here. Humanity and benevolence. Stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. Wow, that's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? So keep the faith, guys. Keep the faith. If you're feeling drained, I could understand why. I could understand why, because you have this dude dragging you up for God knows how long. This guy's been around for a while dragging you down. And then you still have these other suckers you're not releasing. They gotta go, guys. They gotta go, at least temporarily. Or, again, physically, if you're unable to do so at the moment, say you live with the person or you work in the cubicle next to the person, just please come up with healthy boundaries. You must be creative. You must be creative in creating healthy boundaries, okay? By the way, you also do not, you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Do you know that? You don't have to explain yourself. Some people, if you're like me, you like to explain yourself because I'm a very expressive person. So for me, by having a concise, okay, I can talk a lot, but I know when to get concise. A concise conversation of exactly what needs to be expressed in order for there to be closure, that usually works really well for me. There are other times I know damn well no explanation is needed and I just go on with my life. And you would be surprised. Those people rarely even come back and ask for closure because they already know. They already know what the hell they've been up to. They know. They're surprised that you finally caught on. Sorry. Lady Portia is also here. Divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. So there's your confirmation again. Whoever these scraggler ass people are holding you up, they are there as components for a lesson. Will you please go back to, instead of focusing on the negative in this card, will we please go back to this Queen of Swords that is affecting your whole energy, this external feminine energy? And maybe for some of you, whatever you're seeing outside of you, it's because you're learning from this feminine energy, this truth. You're nurturing it into light. You're nurturing it into life. Okay, and then you have Lady Nada, heart awakening. This is beautiful. So this is all about a heart healing. This is for a lot of masculines out there. Look, man, I'm not trying to rag on my masculines because I have a lot of feminines that are actually, their inner masculine energy is like, whoa, okay? A lot of women, for example, have had a lot of past lives as men, and they're just a female in this life. So don't ever take it for granted. When you see a woman that has a lot of masculine energy, and I don't mean physically, guys, I mean the components within, it wouldn't be surprising if they had a lot of past lives as a man. Now, one thing about masculine energy is it has a little bit more difficulty opening the heart. It fears rejection, okay? It's not as great as the feminine energy is at nurturing things into life. That's not to say it can't be done. I'm just pointing out the general facts, guys, okay? So if you are stuck in masculine energy, a lot of time masculine energy also holds on to grief. Feminine energy is much better at releasing it, okay? But this is why people sometimes hold grudges. And when you have that emotion that you bury within yourself and you do not release, guess what happens? It's called disease because it's dis-ease in the body. Remember that your emotions are frequencies. They are vibrations. So whatever you are vibrating, that your emotions are what you are vibrating. This is why people can feel when you're upset. They can feel when you're angry. They can feel when you're off because you're sending out that frequency. Everything is energy. So if you're having, from Blessed Lady Nada here, this heart awakening, okay, it says awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Everything wants to be balanced. This union here, this is a divine union. This is divine order. And Lady Portia is the twin flame of Saint Germain, if you didn't know that. So we have a lot of violet flame energy hitting the planet right now and hitting us doing mass healing. Maybe you feel called to work with the violet flame. Maybe some of you are already doing that. It's just confirmation for you that you're on the right, the right path. Guys, there really is no wrong path. It's just whether we delay ourselves or not. It's just whether once you have an awakening, and you start to look at things from a healing lens, the game changes. So keep using that lens of healing and keep knowing that you are here in Earth School to balance karma, to heal wounds that are yours or being passed down through an ancestral line. So if it doesn't feel like yours and it feels really confusing, I know that that's very real for many of us. So even less reason to take it personal. Even less reason to take it personal. More reason to just keep dismantling anything that doesn't resonate with our truth, and more reason to come into balance, okay? And just release anything that has the ego has us holding back. The one thing that we all have in common is that the more we release, the more our energy will raise, and the more we create our own golden age. It's personal. It's personal. This is why you can live in the world and not of it, and not be bothered by all the hoopla going on out there. Because you make it none of your business. You're so aligned with your path and you're so focused on your path. You're actually having fun playing on your path. It's not all serious all the time either, guys. You got to have fun out there. You got to play. That's why I really, really like this. Where'd he go? The artist card. Wherever he went. Sorry. This is a small table I'm working on. Anyway, I encourage you guys to do that activity. Take out a blank piece of paper, a canvas, whatever you want. Sketch some things today. Get clear on what it is you want. Do not live by default. Default is for the suckers, and you're releasing them, remember? All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day.